squishy I am when I don't get mine. Okay, the system is 100% web-based. Now, how many of you do not have internet access? So pretty much everyone has internet access, which is kind of the idea of most of the United States nowadays. So that's important because that means that anybody, anytime, or that has internet access can enter in a service request, whether it be the citizens themselves or the staff. This system was designed for ease of use, so it's very easy to enter in things and it's very easy to start to grasp. It's built on a Microsoft.NET technology. Their system is currently hosted with us, so their IT department does not need to worry about managing anything on their servers or anything like that. We actually take care of that all for them. And we provide them with 24/7 support with any problems that they have, with any questions they have. They're able to reach us 365 days a year. 72. Oh, that would be. Implementation expectations with this project. We at QSend installed the software and configured it on our servers. And then we worked with them to gather the business intelligence that they talked about. We got the service request types, which they had said they initially had, I think, over 400, but then now I believe they have somewhere around the line of 175 because 400 was just way too many. We got the routes to those, so we knew what, and every time a service request came in, we know where to route that to, who's going to be responsible for fulfilling the request. They got knowledge-based articles developed, and the software actually does support custom fields, prompts and scripts, has robust reporting, and it integrates with the GIS. This is about Fueler. This is kind of a depiction of exactly how it works. The citizen places the service request via phone, fax, email, PDA, or walk-in. The system automatically processes that request, routes it to the responsible party, and then once the responsible party handles that request, it is closed out, and the system will automatically notify the citizen through email that their request has been processed. Now, it also has the ability to automatically generate a phone call, so they get a recorded message saying that their request has been handled, and or generate a letter to actually physically mail. This is a picture of, or a screenshot rather, of the actual service request entry form that the staff sees. So you can see there that there's the basic information that the citizen would have. Now what we do is we actually get all the citizens' information from you. I believe they have it from a variety of sources with Hamilton. And we upload it into the system. So when a call taker, when somebody takes a call, they get the person with the name who's submitting the request, and say it's Sarah Smith. Well, you've already got Sarah Smith's information, so all of those fields are automatically populated, so you're not having to enter it all in. And there is general comments and there's private notes that you can enter. Now the general comments, and you'll see a picture or a screenshot of this in a few slides. General comments, once the service request is closed, the citizen has the ability to go in and look at all the requests they've ever made. And so they'll see all the general comments that have been entered internally while handling the service request. Now there's also the private notes that the request, the staff member can enter to keep all those in, all of the details private from the citizen. Now this is a depiction of what the knowledge base does from internal. You can see that the service request type, it's pointing number 1. There happens to be for this one in engineering. So if you go to the, if you're on the knowledge base tab on the right hand of the screen, you see that all of the related knowledge base articles are for engineering automatically populate. And you have the availability, if somebody just calls for a question, what the call takers can do is they search the knowledge base, they find the answer, and they can automatically just email that knowledge base article right over to the citizen. This is a service request lookup, and what that helps with is you can see all the related service requests by street, by type. So you can, I believe so you can actually see the pinpoint location of the actual service request. This is the forward-facing knowledge base that will eventually be on the Hamilton website. This is all the knowledge base data that you have entered, and it's searchable for the citizen themselves. So instead of calling, they're actually able to go to your website, search, and possibly find the answer themselves. And once they found the answer, the screen comes up and they can either close it or they can print it out for their records. This is the forward-facing form for a citizen to enter a service request themselves. So perhaps they go, they visit the knowledge base, they don't find the answer they're looking for, and they decide that they actually need to enter in a request. And that's a closer up version of exactly what they would have to enter for their request. Now, I don't believe that this is active right now, but I think that it's something that they're going to be talking about in Hamilton, where you can give the citizen the ability to create an account, so to speak, so they can log in and see all the service requests that they've ever submitted. They can also check status of those, and they can also make additional comments. Say a tree was broken down, well then another tree broke down, and they add a comment to that. So they keep updated, and all of this is done through the website, so they're never having to make a phone call. And there are the service request details. So this screen is actually a list of all the service requests that John Q has ever made. And if say you click on one, it opens and it shows all the comments that any staff has not made private in the city of Hamilton, and any actions that have been taken place, and the whole overview of the request itself. This is the responder view. So this is what somebody in Public Works would actually see internally. This is a list of every service request type that is assigned to them. And this is, so they would only see theirs. They wouldn't see the whole towns. They have the availability to look at the map view, so they can see everything that they're supposed to handle that day on a map. And this is the reporting that they were talking about, that it will help the HAMSTAT meetings. We'll show monthly activity, most of service request types, anything and everything. This is completely customizable, and it's customizable by the department. So department heads can log in, and their dashboard would be related to their department instead of all of the departments. And to go into reporting a little bit, the reports that are available in QAlert are completely customizable. So you figure out what information you need to make decisions, and you can literally go in there and pick and choose the data, and the reports are readily available. And that's what a report example would look like. Now, another cool feature is actually that you can schedule these to come to your inbox as often as you want. So you don't even have to go in and manually create a report every time you want. You have a report that you've decided that you need, and you can get that every Monday morning in your inbox. And that's